definitely you saw the terrain in politics, and the same terrain kind of run business, right? For you to achieve, to do business big in this nation, there is a terrain. Okay. So how do you counter that as a child of God? Be a great day. It's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a day that all of us, have been waiting for all this time. And it is good to be with you. So I trust that this morning has been full of enriching, will be full of enriching conversation, fresh ideas, and new connections. And again, that will help us to propel our ventures to new levels. As we reflect on the importance of being kingdom-minded entrepreneurs, I want to take this opportunity to emphasize that today's meeting is just the beginning, all right? This is just the beginning. What we have started here in this place needs to be nurtured and to be carried forward. So the breakfast meeting is part of a series of events that are designed to empower, to equip, and to elevate kingdompreneurs like us, like you, like each one of us who is here. And I strongly encourage you and encourage each one of you to mark your calendar for the future events that we have lined up. So these gatherings are more than just meetings. They are platforms for growth, transformation, and alignment with God's purpose in our businesses. So at every moment, we delve deeper into what it means to lead with faith and integrity in the marketplace. And so, while equipping ourselves with this knowledge and tools, we need to thrive in this competitive environment in our business, right? We have to thrive. So I'm particularly excited about our upcoming event, the cultural event that definitely our CEO will talk about later. And we promise that it's going to be valuable insight, but also it's going to be a sense of community where we gather to learn, to celebrate, and to support one another. And so whether it's our regular Christian entrepreneur breakfast, or the other events that we have, and that definitely our CEO is going to talk about. These events are designed to strengthen both your professionalism and your personal life. And so you won't want to miss any of them that are coming soon. So as we continue to extend our hand of love and care to those around us, let us remember that the work we do in our businesses is part of a much larger calling. Our businesses are a calling. So every meeting, every event, every conversation, these are all opportunities to align ourselves more to God's purpose. And so let's commit to not only being present at future gathering, but to bring also along other entrepreneurs who can benefit from this network and fellowship with us, and together we can build a community that reflects the values of Christ and transforms the marketplace. So I look forward to seeing you all, and I'm confident that we will continue to grow and learn together today and support one another in the kingdom-driven journey. So thank you very much, and you're welcome. And I'm going to take this opportunity to welcome our next session, which is going to be led by none other than Anthony Demba.
Karibu sana, it's good to have all of you. Thank you so much for making time to be here. One more time, just turn to the person seated next to you, tell them Karibu sana. Tell them it's good to have you. Tell them I love your shoes, Even if you don't mean it, just Just mean it somewhere. All right. We want to have a conversation, just a very easy, nice conversation, and we want to talk about business. But you know what? Business is not just you having a company. Business is everything that we get to do. What the IT gentleman is doing is business. All right? But that gentleman right here at Radisson Blue doing, serving us, that's business. It's just a different level of business. But ideally is serving, all right? So as long as you're serving in business and you're doing it right. And so today we just want to talk about kingdom business and why it's important for us to do it right and for us to do it as a calling, okay? So we'll share our experiences, very different experiences at different levels, and it will be great to hear. And we'll invite you to also get to share your questions. We'll get to a point where we'll be vulnerable, Daktari, right? It is very important to get to that level. You go to different business conversations. Money is everything. Money is good. Money is really good because it helps us achieve a lot of things. But beyond the money, there's something that is deeper and more important. That's what Solomon says, a good name is to be chosen rather than great riches. Because a good name opens doors for you, it blesses you, might never go to. But then a good name gives you an opportunity to do service on another level altogether. All right. So even as we think about our conversation today, and as we share our stories, let's think about this good name. All right. So I will give an opportunity. We'll start with Daktari just to introduce himself, tell us more about who he is, what he does, and why he's here today. Very good, Daktari.
My name is Dr. Carmelo Royce, and I am an African. I always use that as an opportunity to tell people I'm an African because I have a mixture of a little of everything. Okay? So part of me is from Cameroon, the other part of me is from South Africa, the other part of me. I am in East Africa and West Africa, so I am an African. Yeah, that's who I am. Okay? And I am the CEO of Royceville International.
Right.
And Royceville International today is planted in 22 countries in the world and 18 countries in Africa. The idea is to be able to invade Africa with a new mentality, the creation of a new mindset, the creation of that ability to be able to communicate Christ. That's the supreme. Secondly, re-educating the African youth in general to be able to be creative. This is what I see. We have been taught, we have been educated that we should sit down, go to school, come back, and start looking for jobs. Right. That's what we have been educated. Now, in those days, before our forefathers went to school, before even school, they were already doing something. And there was never a day you would hear our forefathers had suffered this or suffered that. And they were so happy, they were so content with who they were, because to their level, they were able to take care of their family, which is most important at that time. Now, in our days, we have been taught to go to school, then we come back and look for jobs. Now, we have not been taught how to create jobs. We have not been taught how to be self-employed.
You're African, proper African. we need to find an element in North Africa, because the East is there, clearly you're here, the West is there, the South is there, and we need to reignite something along Northern Africa. But you also professionally are a gynecologist, a psychologist. Tell us about that.
So let me just say it this way. Growing, I wanted to be a pilot.
Like many. Okay. Many of these guys.
Yes. Growing, I wanted to be a pilot.
Okay.
And something changed my mind.
Right.
Not like I have left piloting because I have a private pilot license.
Oh, really?
Now, yes.
Yeah.
But there was a stage in my life where I had the opportunity to go to school, but I wanted to be a pilot. And since I left school very early and I went to school, I was fast with education. I had this opportunity whereby I loved piloting. I was always fantasizing myself in the air. Now, my mom came, now biological, and she just said, I pity you. Then I said, why? She said, your mates are thinking and dreaming of owning planes.
You're thinking.
And you are thinking. She didn't use the word pilot.
Okay.
She used the word driver. You understand?
Wow.
Now, that is the word she used. She said, your mates are thinking of owning planes, and you are thinking of being their driver.
Wow.
Immediately, the next reaction was, then our laptops were so big, I had to just fold it. And I walked out, I saw myself into medicine.
Wow.
That is how I started studying medicine. So that brought me to that point where I needed to know how to talk to people, how to interact with them, how to be able to get their problems, and how to be able to get solutions for their problems.
We saw her during the debates, the Nairobi governorship debate that happened at Kwea a number of years ago, and they were really grilled. And you were part of that. You had a totally different hairstyle. You're different now, you're doing something totally different. Kindly introduce yourself.
The lady you see here is someone who is driven by the directive of the Holy Spirit. And for me to have even thought how to, the thought of going into politics, it wasn't something that came from me. But actually it was a conviction, because I noticed, I realized after coming from the US that there was a need. The need. I identified, I was talking to the CEO here, and he says every space you go, that's what you told us a few minutes ago, you need to identify a need. And
In there,
yeah.
you really believe that
Yes.
you're going to win.
Yes.
You have that conviction.
Yes.
Even you, how do you close the voices that tell you do not have money, you've not been in politics before, you cannot compete, you're not in the right party? How do you close those voices and keep the focus?
That is a very good question, because I can say that a conviction is different from your desire. And it forced me to go through a lot of reading about the prophets, and I took one by one. And I realized that the voices can scare you. Voices and the way things are done, especially my core value is integrity.
Yeah.
So having seen how politics are done, I was like, no, I can't really beat this. But having a conviction from God, your focus is not on the surrounding. Your focus is on the instruction from the heavenly places. You wake up in the morning and you say, that's what I used to do. I would go before the Holy Spirit and I would say, what assignment do you have for me today? And it was a it was a game changer in a way that I would wake up thinking I'm going to do campaign like the other people. Then I would be told, no, sit down. Not today. And I had to walk with obedience. It was a very sweet experience, I should say, to be able to be disciplined, to inquire from God what you need to do. It was very sweet.